Way too many screws in this. Any is too many screws in this. Just because I kind of want to take care of the surface, you know? When you get to this stuff, they put in screws, which is terrible, but they did. There might be a screw through for the downspout on the other side, but you can usually just brute force that away. So just a lot of brute force, and then it comes out from the top down. So we have the one ladder, and you are taller, so I'm gonna assign you to getting the top stuff off.
Oh, you're gonna assign me to that?
Yes, I am assigning you to that while I pick up the plastic and take it to the van. But one of them is too tall. We ripped out, you know, all the bushes from here. There's a few more to get over there, but it's not too bad. And now we're dealing with the rest of the vinyl and foam on this side so that it's just down to the stuccos. And once the vinyl and foam is done coming off, then I'll be picking up as much of those bush debris as I can and stuffing them in the van too, so that I can do an early dump run tomorrow. So Santa, when you start doing these ones, big pieces, okay? I know you've been working on small ones, those are little pieces, those can all go in the bag when you're done. But when it comes to the big pieces,
big pieces.
Big pieces.
Big pieces.
But once we actually had chains, it went pretty easily. I'm not rubbing it in, I'm explaining to it for a viewer who wasn't here. I'm also rubbing it in a little bit. I mean, I can multitask. Well, these were all small pieces on the wall, so it's okay. Where there are big pieces, then pull big pieces. Where there are small pieces, you know, do what you can, but get them in the bag. See? Big pieces. Here you go.
Here you go. Oh, I had it full.
You did not have, that is not a full bag. And it was not when you threw it either.
Big piece.
There you go. Good job. Well done. Talk to me when you get 3 in a row. You don't have to pull those nails. It's okay. They'll come when we get the rest of the siding off.
Okay.
The dude says bye.
Bye, dude.
This stuff is being a little bit more stubborn. Okay. Oh, these are heavy. Hey, I almost have a terrible sidewalk again. This would have to be a CrossFit WOD because they are all about functional fitness in the CrossFits. And I get to joke about that because I used to do CrossFits and I can't afford it anymore. So I do this instead. Who thinks it's a good idea to grow like that? I should grab my pitchfork. Grabbing my pitchfork here. Okay. See, that's what I'm thinking the pitchfork might be good for, especially once I get more in here, that it might be really good at compressing stuff in. See, it helps. It's kind of a funny kind of tired. Like it's not gym tired. And typically you don't have like the feel the burn kind of tired going on. Sometimes it's much more of like a mental tired. Dump is closed now, but I'll have it all ready in the van for tomorrow. Can I say hi to the dog?
Oh yeah.
Hi. Hello, friend.
Oh, she's split.
Oh yeah.
She's drooling a bit.
She does that.
Oh, I know. Get her home. Enjoy your night.
Thanks, you too. So this will be a bit of an involved explanation here. The way it would normally work if they didn't have someone weird like me is they would have their third-party person define what the scope of the job is, and that goes all the way down to like how many doorknobs and what kind of doorknobs and how many light fixtures and what those light fixtures are worth and what kind of flooring and where that flooring goes and like all the details, every last little bit. And I've been working with them because, you know, it was my house. I know what was there and no one else knows what was there. They might know what's normal or what people might want, but if I had some feature in my house that for whatever reason most other people don't have, and I say I like this feature, I want this feature back, we got to account for this feature. You know, he might say show me a picture of it, but it's not like I don't believe you. It's like he's got to be able to justify that to insurance. So there's this third party guy who defines what the scope of the job is, and that'll be everything. If there's electrical that needs doing, or plumbing or HVAC or framing, drywall, painting, everything. And the idea is you take this work document, this scope of work, and the insurance shops it to 2 contractors that they have on their preferred vendor list, right? And I would also have the option to find a contractor of my own to say, hey, you should use these guys. Then what they do is basically say, you know, take your time. You tell me how much you would charge, and you tell me how long it would take. And he takes that from all three sources, his two and my one, if I had one. And he says, okay, which one's the cheapest? I'll be also careful here. He doesn't like to use the word cheapest. He likes to use the word most competitive, but it basically means cheapest. So he takes whichever bid is the lowest. That's not going to fit there. And he says, okay, this is what this job is worth. We have a contractor who is willing to commit to that amount. So that's what it's worth, and it's going to take this long. And so you get to stay in an apartment at our cost until that time is up, or if they can get it done sooner, we'll get you back in your house sooner, and everyone's happy. Involved in that, when the contractors are doing this bid process, they're going to bring their trades in, and trade's going to tell them, oh, I have to drywall this whole place. It's going to be $10,000, random number I make up. Now the contractor says, okay, I have to make money for my time and for my effort and for my connections and for my value and my knowledge and yada, yada, yada. Contractor has to make money. So contractor will say, all right, that part is $10,000 to the trade, so I'm going to charge 12. And that's the contractor markup. And it's usually like a set number. I don't know what percentage that is, but there's usually a set percentage. And so he'll do that for all the parts of it. All the parts of the job is just like, they get their contractor markup, and then a contractor comes up with, I don't know, $100,000, random number, or nice round number. And then he says, okay, I got my little bits of markup along the way, and now I want like my profit. I don't want to just get paid for my time. I want my company to make money, which is fine. People are allowed to make a living. So then he puts on an extra 5% at the end, or 10%, or whatever. There's some arbitrary number that the contractors put on at the end. And look at that, I got everything in. Good job, Moose. Time to clean up a bit. That's the number that he gives to the insurance. So it's not just like the sum of all the trades. It's all the trades plus his markups on the trades plus his profit. Now, there's a particular rule when it comes to insurance that says the beneficiary, which is me, cannot directly profit from a claim. So one of the things they have to do is remove that off the top at the end of everything profit. If contractor's final number was 150, then they say, okay, well, your profit is normally this percent, so we're gonna knock that off. And there's another chunk as well that's not like just straight profit, but it's like a different kind of markup that they knock off too. So I wouldn't be getting all the money that they might spend on a contractor, but I'll be getting like 85% of it. So when you ask, am I getting paid to do the repair, the work that I was going to do anyway, the answer is very specifically and clearly no. I'm not getting paid to do that work. A contractor would get paid to do that work, but I don't get paid to do that work. I get cost covered to bring in trades to do that work. It's a real big thing for them to say you don't get to profit from a claim. Like that's an important thing. And there could very well be like legal stuff wrapped up in that. I don't know, but that's definitely a thing. By me saying I will do the work, you don't have to pay that to the contractor. He gets to actually give away less money for the overall claim, and that makes him happier and look better to his manager bosses. Hopefully that explains all of it, that I'm not getting paid to do what I was going to do anyway, but I am certainly going to get a healthy injection to what I had expected my budget to be. I'm skipping a lot of the general grunt work and a lot of the back and forth and a lot of the snipping and chopping and picking and stashing. But I did want to give you an idea that, yeah, if you do something like this, you're going to have to come back and you're going to have to clean. And it's going to definitely take you a little while. I'm just trying to see how much extra dirt I can get off of this because it'll be easier to move and cost less at the dump. The dump doesn't give you credit for dirt in weight, and they do charge by the weight. So if I can dig a bunch of this dirt off, it'll be easier to get into the van tomorrow, and it'll cost less too. And I've still got some energy left, so let's do a little bit more work. Like I can move that now. That's a huge improvement. If I can do that with the other one, they can both go in the van for the first dump load tomorrow. Always take stones out of your shoe. That's good advice. Well, that's one in the van. Whoa! Okay, so that one does a rotational thing where it sprays me in the butt.